and welcome to our third video of What's on the Cutting Table with K&K Logo Designs. I'm Jessie, and this week we are going to do the first video in a three-part series for the Starry Echoes Table Topper. And I'm going to kind of show you the material you need, and then I'm going to assemble our two different blocks for this week, and then next week we'll assemble our next two blocks, and the third video will assemble our last block, and we'll assemble the whole table topper. So you can follow along. It is the Starry Echoes Table Topper. I will post a picture of the materials, how to cut your fabric, and the assembling of block A as well. So I am using Nana May Third Collection by Henry Glass & Company as my colored fabric. The pattern calls for solid colors, and that's just not me because I'm kind of a loud person. So I like to do a little bit more pattern, but I am choosing from the same collection, which makes it look a little bit more coordinated. So for my light pink, I have this little, they're almost like daisies with red in there. And then for my dark pink, I'm using, it's red fabric, but coordinates really well with our light pink. And then for today, for my dark purple, I'm using the same pattern we used for the red. So these are the same pattern in this 30s collection. But this will be my dark purple, and then this will be my light purple. So today we're gonna do the pink and purple squares, and then we're gonna put those squares together, and then you'll have your first two squares of your table topper. And then I'm also using, it's called Hue, H-U-E, by Timeless Treasure. It's, I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's a white with a pattern printed on top of it. So it's not really just plain white, just to keep the texture alive in our table topper. So first, what we're gonna do is, once you get your blocks all cut, you'll have blocks cut to 2 7/8, like I have here. I have my white, and I have my light pink here. You're gonna face them right sides together, keeping the white on top. And then we're gonna draw corner to corner. I'm using a quick quarter quilter's ruler to make my lines. These things are lifesavers. And you can get yours at K&K Logo Designs for $4. So just a heads up there, the little ones are only $4. So what I'm gonna do is line up this corner to corner. I'm gonna draw my line in the middle. Now that line in the middle is what you're gonna cut. So then we're gonna draw a line on each side, so you have something that looks like this. So that dashed line in the middle is what you'll be cutting with the rotary cutter. So after you have them all marked, you're going to sew them together on that solid line. So on this side and on this side. And you can choose to chain stitch them, which is what I usually do, which means I just continue to sew all the way through. So the chain sewing, we're just gonna keep sewing them together, and then you'll turn it around and you'll sew together that next side. So what we're gonna do is put it back down, sew on that other solid line. Slide my next one in. And then all you have to do is cut, cut, and now we have our 2 different squares. Okay, once you have them sewn together on our 2 solid lines, what we're going to do is line up our handy dandy square. We're going to line it up on that dashed line, so you're going to have a 1/4 inch seam on each of them. So then on the dashed line, we're going to cut corner to corner, and voila, you have 2 half square triangles that are going to be 2.5 inches big. And then we are going to iron our seams down, always to the dark side. So we're going to iron them down to the dark side, and you'll continue to do that for your whole pile of squares on your pink fabrics and for your stack of purple fabrics. Our half square triangles all ironed, you're going to notice that we have these little flags or tails, whatever you're going to call them, on the end. So we're going to cut them off and square up our triangles, and then we're going to lay out our pink. I'm going to show you how to lay out your pink square, or your light and dark pink square, for your first pink square in the triangle. Now you're going to have 2 pink squares and 2 purple squares. So once we lay out the first pink one, I'll show you how to sew it together, and then you're gonna do all of those steps again for the pink square, and then I'll walk through the purple, and then you're gonna do all of the steps for the purple one more time. So you have 2 purple squares in the end and 2 pink squares in the end. 2 + 2 = 4. Welcome to math class, everyone. So we're gonna cut these up, we're gonna square them up, and I'm just gonna kind of show you how I do that. Using my handy dandy square and rotary cutter, I just cut the tails off, and now it looks like a pretty square. after we have all of our half square triangles, all of their little tails cut off, we are going to lay out our first block, and you're gonna need 2 of your 2.5 whites and 2 of your 2.5 teals, of your dark teal. Excuse me, 2 of your 2.5 dark teal and 2 of your 2.5 whites. So what we're gonna do is, let me get my paper. We're gonna start laying them out, and we start with a dark teal in our top left corner, and then we take a dark red with our corner like this, and we're going to take another dark red and put it under here, and a dark red that we're going to put here. So it kind of looks like the dark red is eating our teal, how I like to think of it. And then we're going to take a light pink. We're going to put our whites together, so you'll get a little V there. Scoop this up. And then we're going to put a white in our top right corner. And then below our dark pink, we're gonna do the light pink. So we're gonna go same way, try to get our points to come together here. And then we're gonna use a white in the bottom left corner. Then we'll take our dark pink, or red in my case, I guess, and put it below the light pink. We're also gonna get it so that those points come together, and take our final dark teal 2.5-inch square and put it in our bottom right corner. So you're going to sew the rows this way, and then you'll sew every row to each other. So you'll have a row of 4, and then you'll sew row 1 to row 2, and then you'll sew row 3 and 4, and then you'll get a block. So once you sew all the rows together, you are going to get something that looks like this. Our first block for our table topper, and we'll have 2 of them because we'll sew our second pink one together and get 2 pink blocks for our table topper. Now for the purple blocks, we're going to have 2 purple blocks. They're going to look exactly like the pink and red, or the light pink and dark pink, excuse me. And we're gonna do the exact same block, exact same layout, but our teal is gonna shift. The placement of the teal will shift. So I'll show you what that means. So instead of going this way, where our teal is in our top right, the teal will be in our top left with the dark, so it'll just shift that way. So this will be our pink block. Our purple block will look like that, where our teals are in different corners. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I have all of my purple, everything for my purple square I have cut and ready. So what I do is I cut everything, and then I put everything that's supposed to go in my purple square together. So this is everything I need for my purple square right here. And that's what I do with my pink. I had all of the pinks together, and I keep them together, and I label it. This is black, a purple, and I stick it in a bag. So that way I know everything is labeled and everything that I've cut has a home right now. So we are going to do the same thing where we have our white paired up with our light and dark pink. Let me find a light purple here. So like everything was paired with the light and dark pink, everything will be paired with the light and dark purple. Again, I am using the Naname 3 collection by Henry Glass, And you can find this online. It's a 30s style fabric and it is so pretty. The reason why I chose to use this fabric is because the pattern calls for solid colors, which again, not my style. I like something a little bit more fun and with more pattern. So all of these coordinated, and that's why I chose to use them, because I can choose a light and a dark purple in this collection, but they all match, so it doesn't look crazy. So then we're gonna do the same thing where we mark on our white fabric. We're gonna do it for all of our squares. So we're gonna mark the middle line, we're gonna mark our dashed line, and then we'll mark on each side of our ruler. We'll sew on the solid lines and cut on the dashed line. And we're going corner to corner again. After we have all of our half square triangles cut where their little tails are cut off, sewn together, ironed, squared up, cutting these little tails off, we are going to lay out our purple square. I'm going to take our iPad off the little holder it's on, and I'm gonna show you how it's laid out so I can walk you through kind of how it's supposed to sit. That way it's a little easier for both of us and lefts and rights aren't a problem. We have our white 2.5 inch square that has a thread on it. We have a dark teal 2.5 inch square. Then we have our dark purple squares and our light purple squares, okay? So what we're gonna do is take one of our white 2.5 inch squares, and that's gonna go, I'm gonna kind of place it up here so you guys can kind of see. It's gonna go right there. Now we're gonna take a light purple square, and it's gonna go like, hang on, like this. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the picture and show you guys at the same time. And then we're going to take a dark purple square, and it will go like this. So these points will meet. These points will meet, okay? Then we're going to take a dark teal square. Dark teal goes right up here. Slide that over so you guys can see. Now we're going to take two light purples, okay? We're gonna take two light purples, and they go like this, right up here. Ta-da! Now we're going to take two dark purples, and they go like this, and they'll go up here. Ta-da! Now we're going to take our dark purple. So you see how it's light purple up here? It's going to be dark purple below it. So it's going to, and then this will be dark purple up here and light purple below it. So right here, we're going to take a dark purple, and it goes like so. It goes like that. And we'll take, so you'll have the two dark purples right there. Then we're going to take two light purples right here, and they will be placed like so. Next, to start off our last row, we're going to take our last dark teal and place it right there, so they'll be opposite of each other. And then we'll take our final dark purple and place it like that. We'll take our final light purple and place it like that. And our final white square goes right here. We're going to sew together this first row. Then we'll sew together the second row. Then we'll sew together the third row. Whoops. And then we'll sew together the fourth row. Once you have all of the rows sewn together, then you're going to start sewing the first row to the second row. Sew the second row to the third row. Sew the third row to the fourth row. And try to keep your corners matching up. Now, I'm not the best at getting my corners to match up, so I understand it can be a task. Okay, so once you have them all sewed together, that is what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is what square 2 will look like. So you're going to have your pinks will be block 1, and this will be your second block. Again, they are the same. You can see all we're doing with one of them. Your pink block will sit like this, and your purple block will sit like this. So this is what it's going to look like. So we have 2 of our blocks. So you, again, every step that we've done, you're going to be doing a total of 4 times. So feel free to condense it and how you want to do it. But I like to do my pink blocks first and then my purple blocks. So I kind of went 1 block at a time. So what you're going to do is, first, you're going to get everything cut to the size it needs to be cut. Then you're going to pair up what you need paired up. So the white with the dark, the white with the light, and then you will take you can use a regular ruler too, but these handy dandy triangle rulers are pretty cool. They are called the Quick Quarter Quilter's Rule. I use it for quick triangle squares. It's really cool. So what you're going to do is take that, when you have your light or dark fabric, and then you're going to put the white on top. Okay, right sides together, and you'll draw your dashed lines and then draw on each side of your ruler. After that, you're going to sew on the solid lines. You can chain stitch, you can sew them one at a time, whatever you're more comfortable with. So after you sew together, you're going to cut them on the dashed line. Do not cut on that solid line. If you do, you're going to be missing a seam and your triangles won't be together. So cut on the dashed line, and then you're going to iron it. Again, iron the seam to the dark side, and after you iron it, you'll have your little tails. Not sure where all of my little confettis went, but you'll have your little tails that you're going to end up squaring. When you square up, you'll cut off, and then you'll lay it out to the pictures I showed you. So you're going to sew your first row blocks together, then you'll sew your second row blocks together, then you'll sew your third row blocks together, and your fourth row blocks together. And then you'll sew row 1 to row 2, row 2 to row 3, row 3 to row 4. And then you'll come up with some blocks, and you'll have some really cute blocks. So again, you'll have 2 pink ones and 2 purple ones. I will post the first pattern, the first step in the pattern with the video, and you can kind of use that as your guide. If you want to move forward, go for it. I'm going to post the whole pattern on our Facebook page. I'll link it, and you can feel free to work ahead. I will be doing the second tutorial next week, and then I'll be doing the third week. I'll be doing the assembling of block C and the assembling of the whole tabletop, and then you'll have your tabletop done. So it's 3 blocks, and they're really cute. Again, I'm using the Nana May 3 collection from Henry Glass. It's the 30 styled fabric. It's super, super cute, and it sews together very well. I really like this fabric. And you can also get this on our website. The Nana May 30s fabric is on our website. Our website is kklogo.com, and check it out. We have a bunch of other fabric and a bunch of other collections that you can check out too. So that is what is on the cutting table at K&K Logo Designs. Again, this is part 1 of a 3-part series. I will be assembling block B next week, and then the following week I'll be assembling block C. So feel free to work ahead. I'll link the pattern I'm using, and yeah, feel free to work ahead if you want to. Otherwise, you can go step by step with my videos. Have a great day, everyone.